I recently reconnected with my tomboyish and strong-minded childhood friend, a girl named Linda. Back when we were kids, she used to protect me, and now she's grown up to be a graceful young lady. I, Mike, am the youngest of 4 siblings and have 3 sisters. All 3 of them have always adored me and showered me with affection. Naturally, I enjoyed playing dolls with my sisters, so I came to like those activities. My favorite pattern was floral, and my favorite color was pink. You could say I was into what most people would consider girly stuff. The complete opposite of me was Linda. Linda's mom and my mom were high school buddies, so we've been hanging out together since we were babies. Back then, Linda had tan skin and a boyish short haircut. Her favorite activities were soccer and playing with toy trains. She always wore pants because she found skirts too restricting, and her favorite color was blue. When I was a kid, I was really shy and had a tough time talking to new people. I remember always hiding behind my sisters and Linda. Linda was a sociable and fearless child. She would always initiate conversations with new people without hesitation. Young me thought she was cool and saw her as my role model. And it wasn't just that. Linda was always bright and full of energy. Her presence made everyone around her smile. She was like a sunflower, adorable and able to cheer everyone up. Once I started elementary school, I became even more aware of how different I was from the other boys. I was once invited to play soccer with some male friends, but I rejected their offer. Well, it was because I was terrible at soccer and had plans to play dress-up with some girls later. And that's when the boys started mocking me. Dudes don't play those kinds of games, you know. It's creepy that a guy like you is into girl stuff. You're such a weirdo. I got teased a lot. Back then, I was too timid to talk back, so I just held back tears and did my best not to cry. That's when Linda stepped in and defended me from those bullies. Why can't a boy play girly games? What's wrong with that? Y'all are the ones acting weird by ganging up on someone and bullying them, she said. The boys looked like they were about to say something else, but Linda cut them off. I'll tell the teacher if you keep picking on Mike. They ran off immediately. Snitching to the teacher has always been a power move. I was sniffly and teary-eyed when I thanked Linda. Linda, thank you. I'm sorry for being such a coward and not standing up for myself. Linda took a handkerchief from her pocket and started wiping my eyes. Don't cry anymore, Mike. You're not weak, you're kind. Don't worry, I'll always protect you. I'll never forget Linda's smile when she said that. As she promised, Linda always stayed by my side and protected me from bullies. I kept thinking how great it would be if I could always be with Linda, who was cool, cute, and kind. But reality struck in the 2nd grade of elementary school. Linda was moving away. It was hard for me to accept that truth. On the day Linda moved, my mom and I went to send her off. I wanted to thank her for always being there for me and to tell her how much I liked her. Linda, thank you for everything, and well, I feel a certain way about you. Linda, you know. I managed to say my thanks, but I just couldn't muster the courage to say those 3 simple words, I love you. Seeing my hesitation, Linda gave me a comforting smile. Mike, take care. We're gonna be apart, but keep your chin up. Hopefully, we can meet again someday. Goodbye. Linda's final goodbye was trembling. Hearing that, my own goodbye came out even shakier than hers, I think. More than a decade has passed since then, and now I'm in my 2nd year of university. I've grown taller, and my voice has deepened. I think I look more masculine compared to my childhood. But inside, not much has changed. I still enjoy cooking and sewing, and I like floral and cute dot patterns. I prefer sweets over meat. I was teased in middle school with comments like, "Are you gay or something?" But I ignored them. I didn't want to worry Linda by showing that I was hurt by such comments. I lost touch with Linda after she moved, but I didn't want to live in a way that would make her worry, even if she wasn't around. In high school, I joined the Arts and Crafts Club. I started talking with girls who had similar hobbies and realized that I felt more comfortable with them than the boys. College was pretty much the same story. The good thing about high school and college is that you can choose your school and friends, unlike mandatory education. I found it easier to breathe when I met more people who accepted me for who I am. I'd love for Linda to see who I've become. But I had no idea where she was, and I thought we'd probably never meet again. Or so I thought. But then, at the first social event for my college seminar, I ran into her again. Linda, my first love, and someone I had always admired. At first, a girl wearing a mask came up to me at the party, saying, "You're Mike, right? Do you recognize me?" I had no clue who she was. Sorry. I'm usually good at remembering faces, and even through her mask, I could tell she was pretty. Her glossy hair was about bob length, and her large eyes cast shadows on her eyelashes. Her voice sounded familiar, but I just couldn't place it. I felt like I should remember someone as attractive as her, but I honestly didn't, and I told her so. She chuckled at my reply. "Wow, you're so cold-hearted." With that, she took off her mask. Seeing her whole face, my mind went blank. Her features had matured since childhood, becoming even more beautiful. Her hair, once short and boyish, had grown into a lovely bob. There was no mistaking it. She was Linda, my childhood friend. My eyes were drawn to her slender arms and the nape of her neck, both of which had become decidedly feminine. "Wait, Linda." Linda let out a relieved sigh. "I would have been shocked if you have completely forgotten about me. Long time no see, Mike." Seeing her again after 10 years was a surprise, especially how stunning she had become. It turned out we were both attending the same university, just different departments. It's a large campus, so we hadn't noticed each other during our freshman year. This reunion after a decade was incredibly heartwarming for me. We're both past 20 now, and you've had your birthday too, right? Let's have a drink together. Invited by Linda, I got carried away and started drinking fast, even though I'm not used to alcohol. Before I knew it, I felt sick and was stuck to the bathroom. Ow, I feel terrible. Geez, if you can't handle alcohol, you should have said so. You okay? Linda's concerned voice came from outside the bathroom. Sorry, I was so happy to see you again, I might have got carried away. I was honest, perhaps because I was drunk, and Linda's voice sounded delighted in response. Haha, thanks. I can resist alcohol so I can't get drunk, but I got carried away too. I was really happy and excited. Until then, I'd felt awful, but something about Linda's words made that feeling vanish. After that, Linda and I took a taxi home together. Her place wasn't too far from mine. Before getting out of the taxi, we also exchanged contact information. Knowing I could text Linda anytime made me grin from ear to ear. After that, we started keeping in touch and hanging out together. About 2 months since reuniting with Linda, we planned to meet up at a cafe on campus. I arrived pretty early and was sitting at the outdoor seating when I saw a female friend of mine, with red eyes, walking by. She noticed me and gave me a forced smile and wave. I couldn't just sit there, so I left my stuff at the table and approached her. What happened? Something wrong. The girl's name was Monica. We became friends after finding out we both enjoy crafting. We exchange handmade crafts and tip each other off when we find nice fabrics. She's a great person who never makes fun of my feminine hobbies. My boyfriend dumped me. Turns out he was cheating on me, and it looks like the other girl was his favorite. Kinda funny, right? I couldn't help but remember when, 6 months ago, Monica had told me with a big smile, I got a boyfriend. She'd been hyped because it was her dream to get a yes after confessing to someone she'd liked for so long. Seems like she fell for a bad guy though. I saw her picture. She's super gorgeous and does some modeling jobs. No wonder I can't compete. Monica began to tear up, unable to hold it in any longer. But we were sitting outside of the cafe, and I could feel the eyes of people around us, so I took Monica behind the building. Thanks for reaching over. I was struggling on my own. You're a lifesaver, Monica said, but her tears weren't stopping. I was deeply concerned for her, seeing how she was putting on a brave face. Are you sure you're okay? Can you make it home? I can make it home, but could you lend me a shoulder? Cheer me up a bit, but don't get me wrong, I mean as friends, okay? I laughed at Monica's hurried clarification about not meaning anything romantic. In my friend circle, there's never been a romantic action with any of the girls. According to them, I'm apparently like a mom to everyone. I get it. With that, I hugged Monica's shoulders and patted her back, thinking that a full-on hug might be too much for her. Monica, you're an incredibly attractive girl. Don't need to lose confidence over some model. After a good cry, Monica returned home with a smile. Good, I was able to get rid of that guy. Seeing the smile she gave me at the end, which was so typical of her, put me at ease. With that, the situation with Monica seemed resolved. But then a new issue cropped up. I saw a message from Linda on my phone. Guess you have a girlfriend. I'm busy today, so I'm heading home. She must have seen me with Monica and jumped to conclusions. It was all a misunderstanding. I sent messages and even called Linda to clear things up, but she didn't respond. To make things worse, I couldn't meet her at the university either. She was deliberately avoiding me. I hadn't seen Linda in over a week, and her birthday came while we had a cold war between us. I knew it was like stalking, but as a last resort, I waited for Linda until I finally got a chance to see her. When she saw me, Linda's eyes moistened. What do you want? You have a girlfriend, right? I saw you hugging. Don't lead me on if you're with someone else. It's confusing. It raises my hopes. Her eyes were misty, but she spoke as if she was angry. Yet what she was saying was full of affection for me, making me think, what a sweet girl she is. I chose my words carefully to not hurt Linda and explained what happened that day. She's like a best friend, and all I did was pat her back to comfort her after she got dumped by her boyfriend. I wasn't hugging her, I was just putting my arm around her shoulder, making sure her tear-streaked face couldn't be seen by passers-by. Does the other girl have any romantic feelings for you? I smiled and shook my head. Of course not. She's into real muscular guys. I'm not even close to her type. We're just friends. I've only had eyes for you, Linda. Upon hearing my last sentence, Linda visibly twitched. Seeing Linda get jealous over a girl standing in front of me made me want to protect her even more. I guess I've been in love with my childhood friend ever since we were kids. It was a moment of reaffirmation. When I was little, I looked up to you, Linda, who always protected me and fell in love with you. Running into each other again in college doesn't feel like mere coincidence. Now that we've reconnected, I want to take our relationship to the next level, beyond just childhood friends. I said that and looked at Linda again. Linda used to be called a tomboy by the adults around us, but nobody would say that about her now. She's grown into a woman, feminine and eye-catching. However, Linda didn't seem to think good about her own transformation. You liked the old me better, didn't you? I've changed a lot, you know. Linda mistakenly thought that I was into tomboyish girls. I was hesitant to say it, but sorry, I can't help it. I have to tell you, I love you. The old Linda and the new Linda, both are adorable. I love them both. Linda's face turned red at my confession. Wait, since when did you start saying embarrassing stuff like that? I've grown up, too. Besides, I've got a girl I like right in front of me after 10 long years. I don't want any misunderstandings due to a lack of words. Linda shyly but clearly said, "I like you, too." This confirmed that we held the same feelings, but I regretted giving Linda the wrong impression with my actions. From now on, Linda, I'll be more mindful of my distance with friends. Also, can I introduce you to them? I have a lot of female friends, and I don't want to make you worry unnecessarily. I thought it might set your mind at ease if you knew who they were. What do you think? Thank you for considering my feelings. I'd be happy to get to know your friends." Seeing Linda's relieved expression made me feel relieved as well. "Linda, just like you said you'd protect me when we were kids, I promise to protect you now. Please, will you be my girlfriend?" Linda gave me her bright smile, like my favorite sunflower. "Yes, thank you. This is the happiest birthday of my life." I was truly relieved to clear up any misunderstandings on Linda's birthday. From that day, our relationship continued even as we became working adults, and we got married when we were 26. Now 30, we're blessed with 2 kids and are in the process of building our dream home. Yesterday, after putting the kids to bed, Linda and I were enjoying a cup of coffee together in the living room. That's when Linda asked me, "Your first love was the tomboyish me, but you started dating me after I became more feminine. Honestly, which version of me do you like the most?" Without even thinking, I answered, "I love you the way you are now. My love for you is probably gonna keep growing as we get older." Just saying what I felt made me incredibly embarrassed. And it seemed Linda was just as embarrassed. When our eyes met, her ears were as red as mine. We're such lovebirds, aren't we? Yeah, we are. Even though it was embarrassing, seeing Linda's happy smile made me think it was worth it. Reconnecting with my first love, getting married, and even having kids feels like a miracle. That's why I want to continue to protect the smiles of my beloved wife and children. And to do that, I plan to keep expressing my love, just like I did yesterday. I want us to remain like this forever.